Hey, good morning guys. Touch coming at you. Saturday, June the 12th, just coming up to 7:30 in the AM. And we've just come out to crank the heat up in the garage. We plan on being out here today. It's a good thing too, because it's only about 1 degree Celsius out here. So we're about 34 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's a little nippy out here. But seems warmer when you compare it to what it feels like outside today. So anyway, we've got some company coming up today. We've got Ellen and Nick visiting. So we'll play around in the garage a little bit while Nick perfects his PS4 skills. And we'll probably have a little lunch along the way. I think what the plan is for today is we're going to work on trying to fit this Surrey top a little bit better. So I'm not sure what that's going to entail yet. It may entail us actually pulling the glass out of this back frame. Sorry, I shouldn't say Surrey top again, backlight, I guess we should call it. So we may pull the glass out just in case. The glass has got to come out anyway for when I actually get to paint this car. This frame is going to be royal blue as well, so the glass will have to come out eventually, so I may just decide to take it out today so we don't break it in the process of playing around and trying to make this fit. Obviously, we want to make it fit with the glass in there as well, so anyway, we'll see what we decide what we want to do, but that's the plan for today, is to get this Surrey top to fit a little bit better. Got the air compressor charging up. We might have to do a few modifications on the body tub to make that fit, so we'll have to wait and see what the process is going to be, but we'll take you along the way. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, just coming up to 10 to 11, and we finally made it out to the garage, and it's a little warmer out here. It's now about 11 degrees, so just over 50 Fahrenheit. Morning.
Morning.
What are we doing today?
Today we're working on the backlight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Backlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to make it fit better here because...
Yeah, it's sitting up here on this side, fairly high, sitting up at the back a little bit. It's just basically sitting unevenly on this rear shelf, and we knew we were going to have some issues. It's fitting not too bad actually over here, but we need to, it sort of raises as we go across to the other side here, especially down in this corner. So
it doesn't fit bad.
It's not bad, but it definitely needs to sit down on the passenger side.
Yeah, it has to come down, and what's holding it up?
We think it's the arch of this, yeah. So we're going to play around a little bit, and I'm not sure whether we're going to actually take the glass out of this or we're just going to leave it in temporarily and fit it, because we don't want to break the glass either. But anyway, we'll play around with it, and we'll come up with a plan, and we'll come back. So we think the problem lies with the body tub, of course, and it's looking like this flange here is a lot taller than the driver's side. Actually, the deck is lower. Yeah. So we want to bring the deck up a little bit. So we're thinking of doing a slice here and bringing the deck up a little bit, which is going to help the fit of the backlight. So we've just done some measurements on the driver's side versus the passenger side, and we're at least an eighth, what, to a quarter inch?
1/8 here and 1/4 here.
Yeah. So eighth inch here, quarter inch here. So anyway, we'll probably do a little slice and dice work here. We'll mark it out with a Sharpie, and we'll do some cutting.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the cut line. Are we going all the way this far? Probably to here, right? Yeah. And so we're going to cut it from here to here, and then we'll bring it back. So do your worst.
Maybe I should go all the way because...
Oh, we have a welder. We can always weld it back together. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it looks like a car.
I know.
But it only looks like.
Yeah.
It's not a car yet. So what are we doing?
So we're taking this front capping off because it doesn't work with the Surrey top. Or sorry, yeah, actually the Surrey top fastening at the front. So we're drilling out the rivets. So we can use these, I don't even know where they are, they're over there. I'm going to drop those spacers in. Yeah. Since I've never fitted a Surrey top, I really don't know what I'm doing at all. But we're figuring it out. We've got the parts manual.
Yeah, it looks like here we fixed it a little bit better now. It fits better, and after Dave is done with his bodywork here, it's gonna look better. But now we fitted the windshield frame, and we try to fit the actual Surrey top, which is here, but we need to figure out how to fasten it, so that's what we're doing now.
Yeah, it's sitting a little high on this side. It seems to be fitting okay on the passenger side, but it's actually fitting a little high on the driver's side. So anyway, we know the capping has got to come off. So we're going to do that and see if that helps a little bit.
Why does this car have two windshields?
In case you want to drive in reverse.
Ah, nice. Okay, we'll be back.
So we've got the Surrey top fitted. Oh, he's how does he look? He was checking the headroom. Anyway, it's fitting, but not fitting so well, and a lot of it's got to do, I think, with the actual. This is an aftermarket top, obviously, so it's not the steel or aluminum Surrey, and you can actually see in the fiberglass molding. They didn't do a very good job of molding. It's actually fairly wavy, so we've actually got quite a big gap on the driver's side here at the rear that we don't think is going to be able to be pulled down unless we thread some fasteners through to the top. So the previous owner of this top, Sean, he'd actually done a sort of a quick release fastening in the rear here. So you can see those quick releases there. But normally the fasteners would come up through the bottom of the backlight and screw into the top here. So that might help us actually to bring this top down a little bit if we can, you know, force that to go a little bit. But I don't even know if that's going to work or not. It seems to be pretty solid.
How flexible is the fiberglass?
Yeah. So I don't know if that's going to be fixable. If we decide not to do the fastener up through the backlight, we can actually fill those holes with fiberglass, so that hole won't be obvious at least. It seems to be fitting down pretty good on the passenger side here at the rear, which is a good thing. And then we have a good fit, I think, pretty much mostly at the front, although we see again another molding issue, and you probably won't be able to see it in the camera, but we've got a bit of a wave here in this area here. It kind of goes up and down, so that's kind of interesting. We didn't actually need to take the capping off after all. We could have just left it on there, but we are wiser now. So anyway, we didn't damage the capping. We just pulled it off, and just to get that to fit a little bit better. We needed to see the actual pickup locations. We thought they were actually going to use the different locations for the bolts that stick through. There's two actual locations, but they actually fit through where the cranks are. The cranks are for the soft top fixing. If you're fixing a hard top to a TR6, you actually use the other holes, and you have a spacer that goes in there to keep it from collapsing. Anyway, so there's where we're at. I do like the look of it on the car. I'll just have to get see if I can get it to fit a little bit better, and you know, some of it I'll be able to fix a little bit, but some of it I think will still be obvious, I guess, if you're looking for it. There's always the option of going with the we have a canvas top for this car as well, so it'll probably actually look better with the canvas top. You won't see any of the obvious problems that we're having with the molding of the actual fiberglass Surrey section. Anyway, that's it for now. We'll be back.
Yeah, so we decided that Dave is not going to drive the car. He's going to run next to the car and hold the top down, because when he holds it down, it looks better. Can you push a little bit more? Yeah.
So it's not bad. It's much better than it was. You can barely just see that hole. I mean, before we could see it quite substantially. So
we need to stick a screw inside and pull it down, and
I think that'll help.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I could probably live with.
Okay.
So we're sort of piecing things together. And if I recall, the previous owner, Sean, had mentioned, and these are parts I don't have, but I think he said there was some washers, and if I'm not mistaken, there was he put a washer here with a piece of Velcro on there, like a soft side of Velcro, just not to mar the top, because we'll need something there to keep this structure. We don't want to crush this fiberglass, so we'll spread out the load with a big washer with some, I think I have some Velcro, so I just got to find a washer to fit there. I did manage to find some, hold those up, some long bolts that are, we're going to cut the heads off of, and we're going to get the top and die set out and rethread those. So we're going to figure something out that's going to work for us here, I think. We just have to figure out how we're going to turn that though. We got a nut. We got a nut on the inside. We got nuts, right? Or
yeah, we're gonna cut the head off and we're gonna cut thread.
Okay, I've got. I don't think I'm going to use a fine thread on that side though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've got only fine thread nuts. All right, we'll be back. So we're at a bit of a loss actually because we've made that threaded stud to go up through. But the problem is we can't actually get the Surrey top to align with the backlight. It's about, I don't know, 1/4 to a 1/2 inch out.
Yeah, doesn't match the hole here.
Doesn't match the hole. You can see the bolt coming through, but it doesn't even come close to matching the hole on the actual Surrey top itself. So anyway, we're trying to figure that out. And we're not making very good progress. We just had lunch, so we're moving a little more slowly. But it didn't fix itself since we came back from lunch. So anyway, we'll keep working on it. Okay, we've got the canvas section on, and it seems to fit pretty good. We've just got it on kind of loosely. We've got it. This has got a header rail conversion on it, done on it, so it actually uses the clamps that the normal soft top would use. Unfortunately, it's missing one of the clamps on the driver's side, so we've only got the passenger side fitted down. We're also missing a couple of the fasteners here at the rear, so we've just got a couple of studs in here right now. We've got the bows in. Again, since we don't have the thumb screws, this is not quite all the way down. It'll sit a little flatter along the back. But we think it actually is probably going to fit pretty good. Let me just wander around the other side. So it's pretty tight. It's, as mentioned, it's a canvas top. So I think it's probably going to be okay. There's a side view of it. So yeah, I think that's probably going to work out better than the hard section for now anyway. So yeah, it seems to fit pretty good. So that's it for now. We'll come back in a bit. Okay, so here are the holes that we're trying to align at the rear of the hardtop section. And they're not aligning. I think is that where it's landing right there, around that mark? Yeah. So that's where it's landing, around where my finger is, so you can see how far off it is. So we're thinking of actually drilling another hole and tapping it and see if we can actually get that to bolt down on here. We got to be careful, obviously, otherwise we're going to drill through the top of the top, and we won't want to do that. So we've got a bit of a tape guide on our drill bit, and hopefully we've got steady hands and we haven't had too many beers when we drill this.
It's only the bottom of the top.
yeah, we'll drill the bottom of the top. All right, so we'll give that a shot, and if we end up going through the other side, you probably won't see any more video for today.
And not any more videos from me because I'm behind it.
Yeah, Elaine won't be invited back anymore. Okay, see you in a bit. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to go any further on the hardtop section, as we don't have a tap for that small a hole, nor do we have the proper fastener for it. So we're going to have to give up temporarily. I'm going to talk to Sean, the previous owner, and see if he actually ran with these bolts actually attached to the hardtop section. I don't think he did. That's why he just had those clips there on the inside. So he may have run into the same issues that we're running into as far as alignment's concerned. Or it just might be this car, who knows. Anyway, I think we're going to call it a day, and we'll come back another day and figure it out.
I'll make sure I drink my beer this time.
Alright, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Alright, just back out in the garage after having a little chat with Elaine on Messenger, and we're just trying to come up with some solutions to fix the hardtop section fitting issue. And I did some research back to when this was being discussed by the previous owner, Sean, and I found a thread basically on a discussion forum that I'm a member of, and I was trying to get more information as to whether Sean was actually using these rear pickup points or not, the ones that are molded into the fiberglass here, as we showed you before, these plates. And Sean apparently had the same issue as far as the top lining up that we're having. So that makes me feel a little bit better anyway, that he was having issues. So now we just need to come up with a solution that's going to work for us to be able to utilize those pickup points. Sean went ahead and installed these latching mechanisms as a fix basically for the holes not lining up in the rear. So those seem to have probably worked pretty well for him on his car, but I'm still having some issues with the top pulling down. I like the top to pull down a little closer and snug up to that seal. So what we were thinking of doing is a couple of different options. Let me just put this back here. So a couple of different options. Either we were talking about the possibility of drilling a larger hole and then sort of countersinking a nut in there and tack welding it. And then we thought about riv nuts. And I've just come out to do some measurements actually on the riv nut sizes I have to see if we have enough depth to get the riv nut in. And we're going to measure the body of this and see if we think we have enough depth to actually get this riv nut in before we compress it with the actual tool. So there's two options for us, either welding a nut in or possibly putting a riv nut in if we have enough backspace behind that plate. So anyway, just thought I would leave you with that consideration, and we'll pick this up at a later time.